This is a story of a Canadian backpacker's adventure through Wild New Zealand with filmmaker Dawson Bliss. An adventure where they live off the land through good times, storms, tragedies, in paradise and in hell. The New Zealand mountains claim many lives every year. The most recent was a tar hunter in the Rangitata River, 50 kilometres northwest of here, the day before this was filmed. None of these tragedies would have happened had those that died been equipped with the right gear and had the knowledge needed to succeed in what they attempted. Too often, had that been the case, those that died would still be alive today. In New Zealand, we have the privilege of living in the greatest country on earth. To enjoy our great country at its best, we utilise not only our knowledge of the backcountry, but the knowledge of those that live in the areas we hunt, fish and dive. At times, we push it to our limits. To do that, we rely on knowing what those limits are. That is the secret. Know and respect the wild country you travel in, and treat it with the respect Wild New Zealand deserves. When we travel through the New Zealand backcountry, we are prepared for whatever the weather or terrain can throw at us. Enjoy Wild New Zealand, but not at the cost of your life or others who travel with you. The movie you are about to view is, I guess, all about a young girl's dream. That's if, as she told me once when we were travelling through the South Island mountains, that she could have ever dreamed of such an adventure. The story follows the adventures of a young 19-year-old backpacker who wanted no part of the mundane life that was in store for her in the back country of Canada. After finishing college, Anna, like all her friends, would enter university and after that get a job, then get married and have children just like all the rest. Unlike those back at home, she wanted to live an adventure where she had no idea what was around the next corner. This young Canadian wanted no part of what life had in store for her in Canada. Defying her folks' wishes and crossing the boundaries of what society expected, she chose instead to travel to a faraway country. A country that she had heard little about, but for some unknown reason she knew that Wild New Zealand was to be the land of her dreams. Wild New Zealand, Aotearoa, or the land of the long white cloud, a land full of adventure, wild animals and a few good people. By a sheer quirk of fate, she ended up at Farmhouse Lodge, a backpacker's lodge in Hawke's Bay. There she met me, Dawson Bliss, the owner of the lodge and one of the few guys around who could turn her dreams into reality. It was from that meeting that the greatest adventure of Anna's life was about to begin. A few weeks before the adventure began, I had been over to a mate's backcountry station in North Taranaki for his 65th birthday. We had camped out on the wild west coast near Victor's hideaway batch. Victor was one of the true characters of the backcountry. His imagination was vivid and he was a great teacher for those that thrived for knowledge of the bush. As a filmmaker, I get to enjoy the wonders of this great country more than most. I never tire of the scenery or the company I keep. I could think of no better place for the adventure to begin.